Hello loyal subscribers and strangers. Freetrade is not a sponsor of this video. I downloaded the app back in 2021 and it has since become one of my favorite apps for buying individual UK stocks. So in this video I'm going to talk about what I like about the interface, is Freetrade safe, and are the spreads that you get on the platform any good? I'm HJGWhite, let's get into it. So part one, why Freetrade? eToro is my main investing app, but as I have copiers on there, I sometimes find I need a place where I can buy stuff that maybe I see potential in, that isn't virtual, that I'm playing around with real money, so that I can see what would happen to my investments on perhaps riskier assets that I'm testing out different valuation methods on. Either way, when I downloaded the app, I found it super easy to use, and it's probably the best app for beginner investors. I think what makes the app great at the minute is the fact that it's purely an investing app. They may have plans to release other features in the future, but I kind of hope not. I just like that there's an app out there that is just for buying stocks and shares. Its simplicity is reflected in its interface. There are 5 buttons at the bottom, but only 3 do I ever click on. There's the portfolio button where I can see my holdings. There's the discover button where I can very quickly discover all the stocks that they have on the platform. And then there's the account button where I can add funds so that I can buy more stocks. And that's really it. I only had one real concern when I first joined this app back in 2021, and that's the fact that it had only just launched in 2018. So it's probably the youngest platform I'd ever been on. And that's why I had only one question: is it safe? There's a really simple way to answer this question. They say they are FCA regulated, which would absolutely make it safe. It would guarantee your money up to $85,000. So all I needed to do was go to the FCA website and check that they were listed there. And sure enough, when I went to the site and searched Freetrade, there it was. Full disclosure, I have lost money in Freetrade, but that's because I bought tons of Cineworld shares and they have since gone bankrupt, and that is no fault of Freetrade. So yes, your money is safe, but it's not safe from you. And now the spreads. There's no way to do a test on all the spreads on the platform at all given times, but I did a quick test to see how the spreads compare to other platforms and also how they compare to the spreads on the London Stock Exchange website. To do this test, I just did a quick comparison between the London Stock Exchange, the Freetrade app obviously, and eToro. At first I tested a few London stocks. As I said, that Freetrade is probably best for just London stocks, but they do have other stocks on the platform. And yeah, as I said, I tested this on several different companies, but funnily enough, the only one in which there was a micro difference was, ironically, the London Stock Exchange itself. I wanted to know how much this difference in price was in actions. I tested if I invested £1,000 in all 3 platforms, how much I would get earning per share wise on each site, and the results were I'd get 2p more on the other sites or 2p less on the Freetrade app. You've got to remember that there was no difference on any of the other stocks, so this isn't something to sweat over in my opinion. I bet if I look long enough, I'd find a stock on eToro that is more expensive than a stock on Freetrade. What is worth doing sometimes though is, especially during times of high volatility, checking the spreads on the London Stock Exchange versus the eToro site or the Freetrade site or whatever banking app you're using. Basically, if you think the spread is really big, what you need to do is check out those sites, because actually, if you look at the exchange, you might find that the spread on the exchange is large. If that's the case, it has nothing to do with your broker. What people forget is that the exchanges are essentially just public auctions that are constantly going on. The reason prices move constantly is because there's always buyers and sellers buying and selling. If there weren't, the prices would just stay the same. Okay, back to Freetrade. I'm going to show you how to buy a stock on the app. Just go to the Discover page, type in the stock that you want to buy, click on it, click Buy, set the amount of shares that you want to purchase, then click Buy. It might take a couple of minutes, but when you refresh, you should see the asset in your portfolio. And there it is. I bought some BATS shares just to demonstrate how simple this is to do. And that's it. You're done. As I said, super simple. And if you sign up today using my link in the description, you can get a free share when you sign up. I will also get a free share, but as I said, Freetrade are not a sponsor. That free share is probably going to be worth something super cheap, but Might help me out a little bit. It just seemed silly not to include that link while they're offering the promotion. But if you don't want to use that link, that is totally fine. You can help me out by hitting subscribe and the notification bell to be notified when future videos are live. Or you can do none of those things and just go on and enjoy your life. Goodbye. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Ah.